Hi guys, it's Ricky here. I just thought I'd pop on and I would do you a quick video on how to read and understand tablature, or tab for short. One of the things that I've discussed with my students in classes and in lessons is there is no shame in reading tab. Tab has been around and predates the dot and stick stuff, the standard notation that everybody knows and loves. So here today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to read it and make it a little bit more coherent. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to get my marker, and you can see here what we've got is we've got 6 lines. Each line represents a string, so you can see 6 lines. You could even think about it, and I've even seen some people do this with the tablature, have the bottom line here the thickest, because if we were to hold the guitar up, let me just take this off, if we were to hold the guitar up like that, that's actually what you're looking at, those 6 lines there. So if I go from this way, if my guitar's this way, I've got E, A, D, G, B, E. Now we all know that the easiest way to remember the names of the strings is to use the mnemonic Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, or elephants and donkeys grow big ears, whichever mnemonic you want to use to help you to remember the names of the strings. So that goes from north to south. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears, or Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So what that means is that each of these lines essentially becomes a placeholder for us to put an alphabet letter that corresponds with these strings. So I'm going to write them on one at a time. Notice that I'm writing the letter so it cuts through the line. This is going to be the same later on when I use numbers to denote which fret. I'll just say that there, but I'll come back to it again. So we've got E, A, D, G, B, and E. So Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Or elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Do you know, the mnemonic doesn't really matter as long as you can remember it and use that to help you to find the relevant string that you need. Now here's the thing that's really cool about this word tab here. What I like to do sometimes is if I see that T-A-B is written there, which is short for tablature, a cool little trick to remember where you are and which strings, because some people can get it upside down and that confuses them, and then it doesn't sound like anything that they're trying to learn using tab. So here's another way to look at it. And we can think of it as being top and bottom. If you notice, we've got a thin E string here, we've got a thick E string here. So really, that's the bottom E. Bottom as in the lowest sound. If you think of that, the bottom, and this one as being the top. So you can see that really becomes an acronym for top and bottom. That's an easy way to remember it. Another way to remember it actually could be remembering it as pitch. If we look at this TAB again, we can think of it as treble and bass. Now, having both ways is going to help you, because once you understand that this is your treble, and that ties in with that as being the treble E, and if you get into sight reading, then you'll know that this is your bass E, it's your lowest sound, then that should help you. If you've got any of those old hi-fis that they don't have a proper graphic EQ these days, though the days gone by when you used to have separate units.
Death by stereo.
But what you sometimes might have is a treble and bass to adjust. Well, this is a similar sort of concept if you want to take that into the equivalent really. So treble and bass. Now that's one part of the puzzle. The cool thing about tab is that you can get your head around it in 10 minutes, whereas with sight reading dot and stick stuff, and what I mean by dot and stick, I mean, you know, eighth notes and all this stuff and dotted values and everything else like that, That's harder. It takes a little bit longer to learn that stuff. But in the meantime, you know, why stop yourself from getting stuck into learning the guitar, learning music, and playing songs that you want to play? It just makes sense to just learn tab. There's nothing wrong with it. And anybody who poo-poos it, they're an elitist snob and they should go off and do something else. What you could also do, sometimes find it useful, I'm coming over here, is to write the string names right next to the notes there. Hang on, let me just shift you around there. Just gone off camera a little there. So you can see what I've done is I've written the names of the strings going up. E, A, D, G, B, E. This is going to help you to navigate your way around the fretboard. It's all part of the same thing. So I've put that tab in there just to tell me that that's top E and this is bottom E. So we've got that there. We've established the strings. The next thing we need to do is establish how to play specific notes. And the way we do that is we use numbers. And those numbers represent the fret that you're going to press down or not press down. So when I put a 0, that means 0 fret. Think of the head note as being the 0 fret. All the open strings are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And I started from the top E and went to the bottom E. A good way as well to look at this, if you're looking at your guitar, you could think of this as being north and south. North and south. That's a good way of looking at it. So, if I said to you, move one string south, you know that you just go down towards the ground. The way we represent notes is we would put a number. Because I've put a 0 on there, that's denoting that that is the 0 fret. And if we look at that, the 0 fret, we can see that it correlates and it matches our thick E string and it's our bottom E string open. So that would be an open E string. It's very, very simple. Hopefully you've got your guitar. If you haven't got your guitar, pause this video now, go get your guitar. Okay, you got your guitar. Right, brilliant. So here we go. We want to play this note here. That's 3. Notice the number is intersected. It's cut through on the line, not in between the space like standard notation is. The note is bang on the line. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to get it right on the line. So that denotes fret 3 of the thick E string. So to do that, hold this note in the sweet spot right next to the fret wire. And if you look, I go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use my dots. If you have problems navigating your way around the fretboard, then what I do is look at this video here. This is doing the dot burn, which helps to get your hand to eye coordination. Using your dots to help you to find your way around the fretboard. That's why they're there. They're not there for show. So first, second, third. That's where my first dot is. Right behind the fret wire. That tells me that's the note that I need to hold down. Now we're not going to concern ourselves with what note it is alphabetically. It's a G note, but you don't really need to know that if you're doing tab. Just concentrate on following the numbers. It really is a kind of a bouncing ball idea. Just follow the bouncing ball. So that says 3. Okay, you play it. You got it? Excellent. Right. So there's 3. We've got the 3 there. Try this one, number 5. So you can see that what I've done is I've placed those all there on the same string. Those are all on the thick E string there. What would I get? And you've got to find this. So I'm just going to put this bar line in, not because that's how many beats, it's just to keep that as one chunk. That's all you concentrate on in this chunk. That's all you need to think about. Don't worry about timing. The thing about tab is that if you don't know the song already, then it's going to be hard to figure out what it is that you're actually meant to be playing. This is where standard notation comes in as well. So sight reading is really good for this. But that's another story. Like I say, don't let it stop you from accessing the music. So we've got 0, 3, 5. This is going to get pretty tight. I'm going to put these in here. And you're just going to play these in order. 0, 3, 6, 5. Now I've said before that chunking is really, really powerful. If you remember your phone number, you'll notice that when you say it in your head or say it to anybody else, you'll generally say it in 3 chunks. Yeah? Say it in your head. You got it? 3 chunks. So what we're doing is we're breaking this down into chunks. And I should have reserved a little bit more space there, but hey, here we go. But 0, 3, 6, 5. So if that was your phone number, that would be a really good one. I would love this to be my phone number. So there, we've got 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5. Yeah, you got it? 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. Now, I want you to play that, and in the comments, leave a comment underneath what that is. Play that, see if you know what it is. If you can guess it and work it out what that is. I know it's on the wrong strings, but it's easy for you to play there. Where it's actually played is somewhere else, which is a completely different tutorial and comes under the range of copyright and all sorts of nonsense. But let me just play through, just so that you can hear it and you know, you think to yourself, I think I know what it is. 0, 3, 5. I'm only using one finger, don't be too complicated. 0, 3, 6, 5. 6. 0, 3, 5. 3, 0. If you recognise that, put it in the comments. Let me see what it is that you think it is. And that whether you successfully managed to pull it off, that would be great as well. Another thing that we need to be able to do with tab is also not only single notes, we need to be able to read chords as tablature as well. Personally, I find that reading chords in tablature it's not really intuitive. It's much easier if you get used to reading chord diagrams, which is another video completely. So I'll put that link to that video up there. I'm going to put a chord here, and I want you to tell me what the chord is in the comments. So tell me what the chord is in the comment. And I will not play this one. So I've got 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now the thing with this chord is you can see that it's all struck in one go. I'm going to play that chord. There you go. So that's the chord. But there is another way of looking at this. You can see that bang, it's all revealed in one go. What if you don't want to reveal it all in one go? And you'll find that a lot of songs that you want to learn do that. They might go like this. So what I'm doing is I'm spreading those notes out over the tablature, and they get revealed one at a time. Even though you're holding the chord, you're still just going to play those notes one at a time, and they reveal themselves like that. So it's just like the single line stuff, but chords do that. So this is for single notes. This is for chords and everything in between. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you have found it useful, please give it a like, leave a comment, take a moment to subscribe. I try to reply to all comments, and I do appreciate you taking the time to come and watch my videos here on my silly YouTube channel. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope this has been useful. Till next time, it's Ricky. See you.